Unpack, clean, tidy, sort, and generally sort my life out with me. We got back from a trip a few days ago, and I still haven't got round to sorting out this state and just packing and resetting the house. So let's do it together. I have already stuck some laundry on. I've done a few loads of laundry the last few days. That's pretty much all I've done. And now it's time to do a bit more and actually get the house back to not too bad. So the living room's not too bad. The kitchen isn't too bad. I have just got some toothbrushes and things that have been through the dishwasher because I always put those through the dishwasher before I put them all away. Our bedroom isn't too bad. There's a bit of stuff dumped in there, but I'm going to have to put some more stuff away. I have got my post-trip reset checklist that I will be going through. If you guys are inside of my Organised Life Club, you may have had this before, but if not, I'll put the link if you want to grab that. If you've been around here before, you'll know I love my baskets. I've got a whole stack of them, so they only store in one neat, small footprint, which is great. And I just use them for so many different things. Use them for packing and unpacking and decluttering and organising and sorting through clothes and things. So I've grabbed my basket. I'm going to put some AirPods in. I say some, I'm going to put one AirPod in because even though the children aren't here, it's a habit I got into, just having one in so I can listen out for the children. But ultimately, I can just charge the other one then. I'm putting my indoor trainers on that I normally use on my walking pad. And in my head, they give me more energy to keep going. Now, I have got a lot of stuff I've actually got to do today. So we're just going to do an hour. Okay, I've got my timer. But as an ADHD girly, actually, I sort of work better under a deadline sometimes. I feel it's not so overwhelming. It's like, look, after 60 minutes, I've got to stop because I've got stuff to do. And it's a little bit of a race against the clock. Can I do it? Racing with myself. So yeah, it just motivates me even to keep me going. Now, all of this just feels very overwhelming at the moment. There's just lots of bitty things and they all need to go into different places. Hence, the need for the basket. So all of these things I'm not going to personally put in exactly the homes they need to end up in. This is more going to be an exercise of sorting all of the stuff I can into a basket for each family member and then asking each family member to put away their own baskets. Those bags with the cruise things on them, I use those as packing cubes. The girls had those on a Disney cruise last year, maybe year before, and they like to use those as packing cubes. So when we're away, rather than having a packing cube, they have all their pants and socks and some of the clothing, like jumpers and things they might want to snuggle in a hotel, all in a bag, and that just keeps everything nice and neat and together, and they're just given their bags when they get there. Those bags then just live in the case ready to be packed for next time. So there are certain things that do live in the suitcases. If you've seen my packing videos before, you'll know, for example, toothbrushes. We have a set of toothbrushes that live in the suitcase. I have washed those, they're drying, we need to put those away later. Certain toiletries, I just leave them in the suitcase. Some of these backpacks and things that we use on trips, I'll pop those in the suitcases. And in fact, even the suitcases, the smaller ones, live inside of the bigger suitcases. That's one emptied, by the way. Woo! High five me! Yay! So hopefully this is giving you a bit of motivation if you've got an area of your home that you've shut the door on and you need to deal with it. So for example, the playroom. This is the room that I had dumped all the cases in, and this is why a few days have passed and I've not done it. Perhaps if it was in my bedroom, I was tripping over it all, then I would have done it a bit sooner, but I have been quite busy too. So I think we need to learn to be kind to ourselves as well and not beat ourselves up, but just be glad that actually I'm doing it now. So that's another case empty. Woo! Yay! We have to celebrate the wins, people. There is such a lot of stuff in this case, and some of this needs putting away. Most of it is clean, or at least chair drawer type clean. So what I mean by that, all of the dirty stuff I'd already taken out of the case pretty much the night we got home. That's all the stuff that was dumped in the laundry room, and I've been plodding through this. So all of the stuff in here is either stuff that didn't get worn at all, or it's a hoodie that, if you've ever had a chair in the corner of your room, we don't have that since we moved here, but it's the stuff that's not clean enough for the cupboard, but it's not dirty enough for the wash. Like, it's a hoodie that's been on once or something, and then it ends up being like dumped on a chair or on a floor robe. Well, I do actually have a drawer rather for my husband and a box for myself where we use those, those things get put in there. The things I'm going to wear it once more because it hasn't even touched my skin, but it's not really clean enough to go in the wardrobe. Anyway, some of those things, it's that kind of stuff that's in these cases, plus just bits that need to go back and away or be sorted back into the case. So in here, for example, I've got makeup brushes. They need cleaning before they get put away because they've got makeup gunk on them. Those jeans, I think I literally wore those for an hour and then I changed. And then we've got those plastic bottles, you can see, little black bottles. They live in the case and they're for when we fill up water and put them in like a mini fridge and stuff, for when we're in hotel rooms. And there's a hairbrush in there that lives in the case. There's a toiletry thing, but it's just a case of sorting it. So when I go to pack next time, it's only stuff that I actually will want to pack for the next trip and not, oh gosh, loads of dumped stuff that I'm going to have to sort next time. Future me will be glad I've done this sorting. And I think I mentioned earlier, I have got a lot of decluttering I really want to do. This cupboard that I'm in at the moment, I really, really need to declutter because Christmases are coming. And I don't want to order loads of stuff until I've got some places to put things, you know, anything you're ordering before you wrap it to put under the tree. Our tree's not up yet, or at least it's not the time of filming. Maybe it is by the time you're watching this. Maybe it is already up, although maybe it's way in the future and it's past Christmas when we're watching this. I don't know. Let me know when you are watching this video in the comments. I'd be really interested to see. But long story short, I know this week I really have got to get on with some decluttering. And for me, as an ADHD girly, decluttering is a destructive process. I have to pull everything out in order to declutter, because if I don't, I get bored and overwhelmed and run away. But once I've made a big mess and I've trashed the place, I can't do that. So in order to declutter, I've got to pull everything out. But I cannot face pulling everything out while I know I've got rooms that look like they are mid-declutter at the moment. So I've got to sort of neutralise the house before we can start decluttering. But if you like decluttering, I've got another decluttering video coming very soon. So make sure you're subscribed and with the bell on and all that jazz so that you see that soon. So these are dirty towels and things. I just get everyone to sling them in the bath with dirty wet stuff rather than in with the actual washing, because otherwise if the towels get put in with the washing and I don't empty them immediately, then they make all the nice clothes go yucky, and towels get washed separately anyway. We have a separate basket downstairs for wet and dirty washing because, like I say, towels get washed hotter. I don't actually put softener in with the towels. This is back from the cloth nappy days. Apparently, if you use softener, it stops the absorbency of, well, cloth nappies in that case, but I guess towels too. And I find if the towels are washed with one of these pods and then they're tumble dried, they're perfectly soft. Oh gosh, this room's still looking really bad, guys. It's really looking not good. We need to keep going though, don't we? We do need to keep going. These Disneyland Paris bags I bought, by the way, which was back in the 30th anniversary, they're really handy for stuff. And I'm just noticing, I'm not planning to vacuum the hall at the moment. I'm just noticing from this camera angle, though, the hall looks really mucky. Considering we do not wear shoes in the house. I get this is by the front door, so I guess this is like all bits of off the shoes immediately. The bit you could see immediately in front of the camera there. I guess that was just from people's shoes going in and out. And the bottom stair looks kind of like it needs carpet shampooing. The bottom couple of steps. How's it got that dirty? I guess we've been here 5 years now. Yikes. But yeah, it looks like the carpets need some sort of shampooing. Oh well, never mind. That's a job for another day. Not for today. Not today. Now, these baskets are one for each child. They're like, hi, darling. These are the things when you get back from school you can put away. It's the Christmas jumper you had on for an hour and it didn't go next to your skin. Can you hang these things up, please? These are the pajamas you gave me and you didn't end up wearing. Whatever. But I'm not going to physically put all those things away myself. Like I say, I've only got an hour right now. So my main job is to just sort of neutralise and reset the house. So these things are all kitchen-based things that have come back from our trip and things that we didn't end up eating or things we bought there, things that are like snacks and stuff. The bag thing that you can now see in the background, actually, that was actually from Walt Disney World. That was like a gift when we went on our first family Walt Disney World trip. That was in the room when we got there. It was just a nice little gift full of stuff, and we always take that on trips. All of the stuff in the cupboards, I will keep in baskets. I love my baskets. It's easier from a cupboard point of view to pull things out and sort things, especially as a vertically challenged individual. I'm 5'4", 5'5", and I can't reach the top shelves very easily, and I have to rely on my husband or teenager or get a stool. But if there's a basket, it's easier to do. So these are the the toothbrushes and the toothbrush cover thingies, and they live in the case. They have been through the dishwasher and they've now fully dried, because the idea of things going like damp and gross really grosses me out. And I think, ew, no, yucky. These are some of the water bottles and things, and that's my cruise one. I had that on the last Disney cruise, and it's like I don't know, sort of insulated drink cup thing. So I'm just going to wash these out because they've not been washed out since we got back, and it was a couple of days ago again. They've just been sitting there. Okay, I'm not proud, but I am honest. That's what's happened, and now it is being done. So no, did I do it straight away? No. Is it being done now? Yes. So that's got to be good enough, you know. Done is better than best. We have already got a load of towels on, but never mind. As soon as we get washing done, it's like a cycle, isn't it? There's just more. By the way, the Traitors card game, best 13 quid I spent in a while. We took that away with us. We didn't actually have time to play it, but we've played it so much at home. So if you have got kids at different ages like mine, can highly recommend that, because they just all love it. And it's such a fun family game. It's not one that someone's really into and other people are not an ad or anything, just really enjoyed it. Thought I'd share. So yeah, we've got the games and things like Monopoly and stuff in there. We've only got 10 minutes left to see how much we can get done now. So we're just going to sort of fluff the cushions and stuff. It's amazing how much just putting the cushions straight makes the room look so much better, and just, you know, just makes it look tidier. See, literally just sort the cushions. Looks so much neater. So this basket is a load of stuff that needs to go upstairs. 2 of the cases actually live upstairs in our bedroom, and the rest of them tend to live downstairs. There's just still so much stuff in the playroom, and I really wanted to vacuum and things, but I'm really running out of time because I have actually got work to do. I've got meetings to get on with, and at least now the playroom is clear. I'm going to have to vacuum later, and that's not going to be within this power hour, and that's going to have to be okay, but at least it's clear. I have got all this stuff. I do want to get this stuff sorted and put away though, because otherwise future me will be like, oh, time for bed now. Go to bed and be like, oh, I can't because there's too much stuff and it's messy. And I really love just getting into a nice, tranquil, calm bedroom to go to bed in. It really stresses me out when the bedroom's really messy. It doesn't feel lovely and relaxing at all. It feels stressful. I don't know if that's my ADHD brain, but messy room equals messy mind, and I just can't relax. So another push through for the last few minutes now to get this done, and future me will definitely be glad. So there are a few bits and pieces that come out of the wash that belong to me, some things that come out of the case. I am going to leave one basket for my husband to put away his own stuff, or no, let's just shove it in his drawer actually. That's a better plan, isn't it? I don't have to look at it. He can deal with that later. I don't have to look at it in the meantime. Some of this stuff's going under the bed, namely swimming stuff. So we did go to a hotel with a swimming pool. It was lovely. And I just keep all our swimming kit, as in not stuff for swimming lessons and stuff, just stuff that we wear on trips, in one place. And then I've got that whole bag of towels for sort of pools and picnics and all that kind of stuff. That doesn't actually fit under the bed, so that's going somewhere else. But yeah, the swim kit fits in those bags. These bags are amazing, by the way, because they go in lofts and all sorts. And, you know, they're just fit under bed, just generally sorting stuff. Brilliant. Or costumes in shows as well. I've got some stuff drying in here, so that can go away as well. I have the main drying area downstairs in like the office slash laundry room bit, but I do dry a bit of stuff up in by the boiler on the airing cupboard as well, because as in the airing cupboard on the landing, because it's warm in there. Now I've got all this stuff to hang up. So these are just 2 poles between the wall and the calyx unit in the corner of my laundry room. There is a radiator, which you can't see at the moment because it's out of shot, but you see that little blue thing? That's like a dehumidifier water catcher thing. That's actually sitting on top of a radiator. So this little corner gets quite warm and it dries the stuff so that everything can sort of dry in shape. I find if things are on hangers, then they need minimal ironing. Some of the things just get put straight in the wardrobes and they just get ironed as they need them before they get put on. But honestly, most of it, at least it's drying in shape. The best thing is taking things out of the tumble dryer and smoothing them if you want minimal ironing. But so many clothes these days seem to be like, don't tumble dry me, you'll ruin me. And I do agree that even if things are tumble dryable, tumble drying things does tend to wear things a bit more. So school uniform, PJs and things I do tend to abuse in the tumble dryer, but most of the sort of more sort of other clothes, you know, the nicer clothes, rather than school uniform, I do try and tend to hang up like this, and it's just a nice easy way to dry things all year round, really. Bit of a pain of a job, but that stuff is now all hung up, and the little separators mean that they don't sit too close together and they have enough air around them to dry. That's my hour done, my power hour. I'm now going to get on with some work. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll put another video on screen that I think you will enjoy. And if you want to see what we got up to on our trip, I will put that little playlist on screen too. If you want to grab my free resources, click the little icon on screen to join my free community and get my free resource library full of planning, organisation stuff, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.